What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 32 NFL off seasons in 32 days. Yesterday, we talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Today, we are going to talk about the Tennessee Titans. And what a weird season it was last year for the Titans. I mean, coming into the year, definitely the favorites to win that division. Coming into the year with the same game plan as before. Run the damn ball with Derrick Henry and occasionally pass it, and we're going to make that work. It was their first season without A.J. Brown after they made that head-scratching draft day trade of him. Even so, they were still projected to run the ball efficiently and play great defense. That's what they've done these last several years. Ryan Tannehill's no world beater, guys. He doesn't have to be in that offense. He just doesn't. They started out 7-3. Fantastic start, looking like a runaway division winner. And then they didn't win again as they lose their last 7 games. Missed the playoffs. Just an absolute collapse. Derrick Henry did his thing, put up great numbers, but the team around him faltered. No question about it. When you lose 7 straight, that's not a good look. Jaguars are an up-and-coming team. They are looking very strong right now. And the Colts and the Texans both have had really strong off seasons. Go watch their videos. I like what they're doing. What have the Titans done to reclaim their AFC South throne that they held on to for so long? Let's talk about it. Key additions. This first addition I'm going to mention will make a lot more sense when I get to the losses, but arguably their most important offseason addition so far is Andre Dillard, offensive tackle. No, he was never a full-time starter for the Eagles, but he's only 27 years old. He's got great size for the position, a former first-round pick not that long ago. Titans did not have the cap space available to go get any of the top tackles available in free agency, but I think Dillard finds himself among that second tier of solid. Not going to blow you away, but solid. So I like that addition, and you're going to find out just how badly they needed him. I like the low-risk addition of Arden Key, whose production has been solid the last couple of seasons for the Jaguars. I think it was the Jaguars, oh gosh. Either way, solid production. They might have slightly overpaid for him, but I do think he'll be a solid edge rusher for them, and the Titans' defense is their strong point for sure. And then they also went out and added Sean Bunting. I don't know. Get in the comments down below, guys. Someone let me know. Is it still Murphy Bunting? You go Google either, and they'll both pop up. I don't know if he's just Sean Murphy. I don't know if he's Sean Murphy Bunting. I don't know if he's Sean Bunting. Someone please help me because I'm lost. Either way, I like the addition. This one falls underneath that category of low risk, high reward. Why not take a shot on him? He's only 25 years old, and it's only a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. He's already off the books next year. If he's great, fantastic, bring him back. If he sucks, all right, there's the door. See you later, kid. And you could make the argument that he's their best corner on day one. Him, Caleb Farley, or McCreary, I mean, that's a solid trio of young corners, and Bunting's got the most experience of the three and could definitely come out of camp being the best corner on a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. It's a great deal. Obviously, when you look at these additions, they have really focused on their defense, and it's also very evident when you focus on their losses that they are kind of giving up almost on the offensive side. So let's get into their key losses. Their 3 best linemen, if we count Taylor Lewan, who was injured, but Nate Davis, Taylor Lewan, Ben Jones, all gone. None of them are with the team anymore as of today. I know Lewan missed almost the entire season last year, but he has been a stud for them when he's on the field. And last year, you could easily make the argument that their 2 best offensive linemen were Nate Davis and Ben Jones, and they're both gone. So now you're having to replace 2 starters from just last season and your longtime franchise left tackle in Taylor Lewan. That is not easy to do. They also let linebacker David Long Jr. walk, only 26 years old, very athletic middle linebacker. It's a hard position to fill. Yeah, he's missed some time, but when he's on the field, super productive. And then this one's not going to break any Titan fan's heart, and I know that this one really doesn't count as a key loss, but it just goes to show how badly they whiffed offseason. Robert Woods was allowed to walk, and the Titans came into the year last year hoping that Robert Woods and Julio Jones were going to replace the production that A.J. Brown had for them because they paid them almost the same money A.J. Brown got. Like, if you look at the contracts from last year, Robert Woods and Julio Jones were just shy of A.J. Brown money. Why on earth would you not just pay A.J. Brown? I don't know. That blows my mind. But obviously, the Titans brought in some cheaper talent on defense, but bringing in Andre Dillard to replace 3 offensive line starters is not going to cut it for any team. So what else did the Titans do to plug those holes? let's talk draft. Titans were frequently mocked to take an offensive lineman at 11. I saw a lot of Parrish Johnson Jr. I saw a lot of Peter Skoronski. I saw some Broderick Jones. I saw some Darnell Wright. All the top 4 tackles were mocked to them at 11. Ultimately, they ended up taking Northwestern's Peter Skoronski. If you watched my draft bold takes video, you will know I am super high on Peter Skoronski, especially if he plays guard. This was like a nightmare scenario for me, for him as well, but for my bold take, because I think next year, if you start him at guard, he could be all-pro. He could be one of the best guards in the NFL next season as a rookie. But the Titans needed a tackle. They needed a tackle, and they're going to play him at tackle, and I don't like that. I think they'd be wasting him there. He has shorter arms. It's just a fact, and he is more built. He is tailor-made to be an offensive guard in the NFL, and they're going to play him out at either left or right tackle, and that lack of arm length is going to get him beat by longer edge rushers. It's going to be tough. If they play him at guard, I love this pick. If they play him at tackle, not nearly as much. Second round pick, pick number 33. They actually traded up here, and they picked up their guy, Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky. Now, I would like the record to show, again, all of our old videos will show the same thing. I was never that high on Will Levis. I don't know where all of this hype for top 5 pick came from, and people were betting on him to go number 1 overall over Bryce Young. I never, ever saw that. I was never that high on him. I thought late first wouldn't be terrible, honestly. I was like, late first, early second's good value for his talent. And I'm glad to see that most of the NFL GMs agreed with my thought process, and consensus was the 4th best quarterback prospect. But with that being said, with the second round pick, I like that value. Although I do feel really badly for quarterback Malik Willis, but I will save that rant for a rainy day. Levis at 33 is really good value. He should not need to start day 1, assuming Ryan Tannehill is healthy and ready to go. And he'll get time to learn the offense and learn the league before being thrown in there, hopefully. I'm also a fan of their third-round pick, Tyjae Spears, out of Tulane. You know, Derrick Henry can only run the ball 350 times a season for so long. He's getting up there in age, and they just are all the tread are off those tires. Louis Riddick, an ESPN analyst, whose opinion I respect just a ton, thinks that this running back, Tyjae Spears, is very similar to Tony Pollard, and I completely agree with that comp. Quick, shifty, with home run hitting speed. In the open field, you're going to struggle to bring him down, so I really like that pick. Definitely a change of pace back from Derrick Henry's bruising running style. And then I also am not opposed to, I like the 6th round pick of Jalen Duncan, offensive tackle out of Maryland. 4-year starter, very athletic, needs to get into an NFL weight room and just get a little stronger. You'll notice if you watch any tape of his, he was able to get beaten with power moves. So if he comes up against the big edge rushers that are more power, less finesse, he struggles. But I think if you get him in the weight room, get him a little bit stronger, teach him to drop his anchor a little bit better, I think he could be a very solid swing tackle for them. This draft, more so than any other draft in the league, has an opportunity to be fantastic and an opportunity to be terrible. On the awesome side, if they play Skoronski at guard and he's as good as I think he will be, and Will Levis gets a year to learn this offense and learns to take better care of the football, we could look back in 5 years and say this was the best class of every NFL team. But if they force Skoronski to play tackle and he doesn't succeed out there like I think he won't, and if they rush Will Levis onto the field because, Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud look really good at our direct opponent, our direct rivals teams, we need to see what we got. If they rush him out there and stunt his development, this could be one of the worst classes. At face value, with the hope that they push all the right buttons, this class has talent, and I give the draft a B. Overall, this offseason, I'll be honest, you guys, I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of Tennessee. I still don't think that they've recovered from the A.J. Brown trade, and they should have just paid him, but whatever. And that receiver room is looking very, very thin. They haven't brought in anybody to improve it. And on top of all that, they're trying to replace 3 starters on the offensive line with the guy who's a career backup and a rookie. I don't love that. The losses this offseason outweigh the additions, and because of that, I give them a C- for their offseason grade. Now, maybe the Titans are going to give the ball to Derrick Henry 400 times, and he goes out there and he plays like King Henry and stays upright the whole season, and the Titans run their way to a 9-8 ugly division win. That's possible. But I think the Jaguars are going to be even better this year. I think the Colts and Texans are on the right path to being a better team as well. It really feels like to me, unfortunately, that the Titans' run has ended pretty abruptly and that we are looking at the very beginning of a total rebuild. Sorry about it, Titans fans. That's all I got for you guys on the Tennessee Titans offseason, and we will be back at it tomorrow with day number 32 of 32 NFL offseasons in 32 days.